What's up guys, it's Rob, and today we're going to be looking at the HyperX Pulsefire Haste. Just want to let you all know, I added this mouse to my mouse review sheet. Link to that is in the description. I add every single mouse I review into that sheet, so please go check it out. The Pulsefire Haste comes in at $50, which is extremely cheap, and this mouse is extremely solid. So to start off, the mouse comes in at around 60 grams on my scale with just a tad bit of cable. The shape of this mouse is great. It has a hump near the middle of the mouse, and this hump allows me to palm this mouse comfortably. I normally claw all of the mice I use, but I'm able to use palm and also fingertip very comfortably with this mouse. When I do claw the mouse, my palm sometimes touches the top of the mouse because of the hump being in the middle. I do prefer for my mice to have the hump near the back of the mouse, but this wasn't an issue at all. It's merely just preference on my end. But yeah, the shape is really good and it works really well for my hand size. So yeah, my hand length comes in at 17.5 centimeters long, and the width of my hand is around 9.5 centimeters wide. When I first saw this mouse, it looked like it was very shiny and like the coating was going to be bad, but the coating is not bad at all. I do have very sweaty hands, so coating is kind of a big deal for me. I didn't have any slipping issues or anything like that with this mouse. It has nice grip, and the mouse does come with grips, which I chose not to use, but it doesn't really seem like it needs the mouse grips. The only thing I would use the mouse grips for is the buildup of gamer gunk that happens on the mouse. I did notice buildup right here on these holes since I do claw. The bottom part of my palm does touch these holes a lot, and there was some gamer gunk buildup down there, as well as mouse 1 and mouse 2. And I did use it for about a week and a half, and I did have to end up cleaning it by the end of the week. But this really isn't that much of a big deal. You just gotta make sure you keep this mouse clean. Also, the coating of the side buttons and the DPI button are glossy. Again, this isn't a big deal. They just feel different and they are pretty glossy and shiny. So yeah, definitely has a nice coating. Just the only downside is the buildup of gamer gunk. So now, for the cable of this mouse, this cable is really good. This can be compared to the XM1, which we all know the XM1 has probably the best stock cable out of any mouse. But this cable is amazing. It's incredibly flexible. It is not stiff at all, and it is very lightweight. Didn't even notice the cable was there, and this is pretty much just as good as the XM1 cable, if not very close to it at least. Now, when I first saw the mouse feet, I was a little bit worried because they are pretty small and they are weirdly shaped, but the mouse has a really good glide to it. The mouse feet are not bad at all. I was worried, but when I started using it and playing, it was perfectly fine. Glide was great, and I didn't run into any scratchiness issues or anything like that, so mouse feet were definitely slightly above average. Now, the mouse 1 and 2 clicks are pretty damn good as well. They aren't the loudest clicks. They feel great when clicking down on them, and they are very sensitive, but not too sensitive. I do prefer having heavier clicks on my mice, but I definitely didn't mind having these sensitive clicks. Because normally when I have sensitive clicks on my mice, I tend to accidentally click on either mouse 1 or mouse 2, but I didn't run into that issue here. They are sensitive, but they're not too sensitive, and they honestly have like perfect actuation force. If you like sensitive clicks, then these clicks are going to be amazing for you, but if you do like heavier clicks, then just be aware that this mouse does have sensitive clicks. But like I said before, I never accidentally clicked mouse 1 or mouse 2, which was an issue I ran into with the Logitech G203. When I would reset that mouse on my mouse pad, I would rest my fingers on mouse 1 and mouse 2, and when I would put it down, I'd accidentally click mouse 1 or mouse 2, but again, didn't run into that issue here, and the clicks are great. Side buttons are really good too. They are a good size. They are glossy, like I said before, and I really didn't run into any issues with them. They do have just a tad bit of pre-travel, but it really isn't that big of a deal, and yeah, no issues there. And now the scroll wheel is pretty damn good as well. Feels good when scrolling up and scrolling down. Pressing down on middle mouse button isn't too hard or too easy. And also the scroll wheel isn't very loud. Some people don't like having very loud scroll wheels, so I just thought it was something to note. It is pretty quiet, and yeah, no issues with the scroll wheel either. And now for the build quality, this mouse is extremely well built and solid. I am not able to find any flex anywhere on the mouse, and this is extremely surprising because it is a $50 mouse and it is only 60 grams, which is absolutely insane. No flex anywhere, no rattle when I shake it or anything like that. It feels very solid when in my hand, and yeah, it's just crazy how well built this thing is, and I really struggle to find anything wrong with this mouse. I would definitely recommend this mouse. It is a great mouse. For $50, it's just absolutely insane. Definitely a steal, and like I said before, definitely recommend it. It really doesn't seem like you have to modify this mouse in any way because the mouse skates are fine and the cable is amazing, so yeah. Also, one last thing I wanted to note, the sensor of this mouse does have a DPI issue. 800 DPI isn't actually 800 DPI, it's more like 870 or 900. I'm not sure if HyperX is planning on fixing it. We'll just have to wait and see, but all you really have to do is keep in mind that the DPI is just a tad bit higher and you can just adjust your sensitivity accordingly. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!